Hello, Ronnie Figueroa here. Let's see. I want to share something that was on my mind and in my heart, I think, and that has to do with well, the word I'll use is mindfulness, which is synonymous to meditation. If you look at like what mindfulness is being spoken about these days or taught about these days, basically all it is learning how to meditate. Meditation being forms that have been around for thousands and thousands of years. And the whole idea of mindfulness, we're hearing about it more and more. A lot of researchers are showing its benefits. There's a lot of evidence that's showing that mindfulness training can help with a lot of things, whether it be emotional issues and even stress-related physical kinds of issues that a person might have, even diseases. So what I wanted to try to help people with is the whole idea of what mindfulness is, mindfulness training, mindfulness meditation, and what meditation is really all about. And it is about it's using a tool in order to get yourself to a place of peace, of happiness, of healing within, internal kinds of healings, and dealing with issues that you may have had due to stressors, due to conditionings, and due to traumas. And one of the ways, and I'll try to make this very simple and very brief, is to learn how to get in touch basically with yourself. And a lot of people have a difficult time in understanding that when you say, okay, what is myself? And that's a good question. It's something that we all need to learn how to get in touch with. To me, it's basically being able to be centered with or be aware of and be able to see all of the things that are going on inside of you, externally and externally after a while. And in order to do that, it takes a couple of things that are really important. One of those things is learning to be very vulnerable with all that you are or all that you perceive yourself to be. There's a risk-taking part of that. There is the idea of being genuine with who you are and being willing to share that no matter what other people may think, no matter what mood or kind of feelings that you're feeling at any given one time. For example, I can feel like really calm and cool and collected one day, and another day, because of various stressors or internal kinds of stressors also, I can be a little bit more anxious. I can be a little bit more subdued or confused. Either which way, the point is it's important to learn how to be that genuine with yourself. And what I usually say, people don't like this terminology all the time, but learning to be one with your good, your bad, and your ugly. In other words, really focusing on your good as best as you can, or as you understand that, without really trying to make it happen. It's more so a thing of learning to look at who you are, learn to see who you are by practicing meditation techniques. One being learning to, closing your eyes is a standard kind of one, and breathing and just focusing on your breath. That can be relaxing in and of itself, and it can bring you into a state of feeling more centered, feeling more confident, feeling more at peace. Another thing that meditations can do is it can help you get in touch with those things inside of you that are bothering you or that are disturbing you deeper inside. The confusing kinds of things become clearer. Not that you want to necessarily get rid of things that confuse you. You want to actually allow yourself to be separate in the sense of observing them, almost like seeing them outside of them being so much of who you are. Because a person goes, oh, I'm just anxious, or I'm depressed. Those are symptoms of what's going on with you, with your mind, with your body. But the essence of who you are, your consciousness, if you will, is not those things. You are uniquely something more than that. And we can learn to find that by getting away more and more from the things that the world or conditioning tells us we have to do. We fit into society too much instead of fitting into who we are individually. And a better way to do that, meditation can help. The simplest form of meditation that I think works better than anything else is to bring a realization of you observing who you are wherever you are. In other words, it's taking a risk of not needing to fit in. It's taking a step of separating yourself from everyone and everything else to truly examine, to truly look at, to feel, which all of these things are synonymous to the concept of being aware of who you are. Aware, watching yourself doing this is important. Being aware, seeing yourself being aware. And the key part of that is not so much awareness, these words we hear, these terms we hear, or presence per se. It's learning to use these tools in order to see you. So the you is what's important, to establish what you are. And quite honestly, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to come up with some conscious explanation for what that is. But that's not the point. The point is to live this experientially in this place that you feel that you are, to live it experientially. And you can do that by, again, bringing, and this is a conscious thing. It's not like you're really bringing yourself, but it's a good way to focus, to use your thinking in order to get this concept, bringing yourself into your body, seeing yourself in your body. If you need a more centrally located place, you can say your heart, because that's where our feelings are, your gut, feeling in my heart, feeling a love in your heart, feeling heartbroken, all of these kind of things. So bringing this awareness of you, there you are. Oh, so who am I? I am. And that's what you have to hold on to. Ooh, there's a space here that defines me. I can't explain it, but you do get a concept of it, and you can also get a feeling, kind of a feeling for it. And that's what you want to hold on to with using meditation, mindfulness kinds of practices. Now, some of the more specific mindfulness training things and meditation techniques would be, one of the basic ones anyway, is to close your eyes, is to sit comfortably, and work through various parts of your body, from your head down to your feet. I recommend using your head, your shoulders, your chest, your lower back. You don't need that much, but just to get something that you can focus on. And usually this is where a lot of our attention is paid, on our head, our face, our mouth, our jaw, we're chewing. So I have people to try to learn how to just be aware of the different sensations that are going on there. Moving down to your mouth, the jaw is a real place that has a lot of activity. You're chewing, you're talking, you're grimacing at times. So just stop there, your head, your jaw especially, and just be aware of the sensations. You can do this quickly or you can do it slowly, whatever your pace is. And again, a key part of it is realizing that it doesn't have to take a long time. You don't have to sit like a monk for hours and hours with your legs crossed. At my age, they don't get up there anyway. But it's more important to be genuine with yourself and finding who you are with the practices. And again, not to get so focused on the specific practice, but to learn how to incorporate into your practice that becomes uniquely yours. I believe it works better. I've seen it work better that way for people. And again, learning to see you. It's not so much I'm aware and I'm the awareness of the awareness. No, it's a practical tool. Just I'm making myself be in the now. In this now, or in this awareness, is who I am. And the thing is about that is that there's an essence here that is pure, pretty much, but I have this other stuff too. I have my humanity. And don't get fooled by this thing, oh, I just have to be this thing. No, you have to be all that you are, with all that you are, and learning to accept and express all that you are. Your personality will probably stay similar or the same. If it's, if you want to change it to be a better person, that's going to affect your personality. But it's not like you're changing yourself or changing the way that you are. Some of us may be a little bit more active. Some of us may be a little bit more quiet and subdued. That's just going to be a part of your personality. It's not trying to understand all of this. It's experiencing it, using some of these tools to do that. So like I said, if I were doing a session with somebody, we would go down the mouth, the jaw, the chest, the lower back, and it's a relaxing experience. But then I also really try to incorporate people learning how to, oh, my camera just went weird on me here. Why has it gotten dark? Oh, there we go. So learning how to incorporate these things into your practice, doing this in the sense of learning to trust you, that these practices are tools to help you trust yourself, going down your body. There's other kinds of things you can do too. The counting down exercises, the relaxation exercises that you can do also. It doesn't have to be with your eyes closed. You can do it also. But the idea is to get into a state of relaxing as best you can. And to me, the better way to do that is not so much to focus on trying to relax, because you can do that. It's like, I can't relax. It's more of accepting everything that's going on, going through the process, learning to trust this unknown thing, this entity, this space, if you want to call it that. Some people call it spacious awareness. I like to say that sometimes. And learning to be genuine with just this and developing it. It entails, like if you want to use some practical aspects of words, it entails being genuine with who you are, whether you think you're doing right or not, being genuine with that. Learning to come inside of you and just be introspective and just learning to see the different things inside of yourself. And some of these things, if you ever want to know more specifics, I can show you in more, in different kinds of ways. But just getting that idea of you bringing yourself to you and really seeing how powerful that is, will help motivate you to continue on and even to develop better things that are good for you. Different kinds of meditations out there. There's transcendental meditation. There's just a relaxation practices. Yoga can be a part of a meditation practice. So whatever would work for you. But again, I say don't rely so much on them to follow them, because then we start to get into that new agey kind of religion where we're starting to speak like they do or speak like the world says we're supposed to. Find your own true voice is the key part of this. It's difficult in the sense that you have to separate yourself from what's the standard or the norm per se, and learn to do those words that I was saying, the risk-taking, being who you are, being genuine with taking a risk, with vulnerability. Which part of that is the most difficult? I'm not really sure. For some of us, being genuine is the most difficult part. For some of us, just being vulnerable. And there's aspects of what that means when I say vulnerable. Does it mean like, oh, I'm giving into everything? It means more of taking a stand toward who you truly are, and then exposing that in a genuine way, in a way that shows your strengths. It will show your strengths, but you're not looking to, I got to show my strengths to impress people or fit in. I'll show my weaknesses too. Like I'm sure I have here. I'm flubbing some of my words and whatnot, but hey, that's where I am right now. And I'm trusting more and more of this space that I'm in, where I can actually think, but I'm so focused, and it becomes a naturalistic experience that I know I'm here or feel I'm here. I'm learning to be more vulnerable, and I'm taking a risk in communicating from this place. And the more we do that, as using this type of meditation, vulnerability with meditation, risk-taking with it, being genuine while you're going through this relaxation process or this awareness process, bringing back awareness. Just doing that alone is a meditation technique. I just want to be aware. Mind starts to wander with what I think Eastern people say, it's called the monkey mind or whatever. You can call it whatever you want. It's this bullshit going on in our brains too much. And we need to learn how to accept it without trying to change it or stop it. And the key way to do that, again, is to be more and more just genuine with where you are, looking at yourself, being aware of what's going on. Learning to trust it. This it is the centered place of who you are. You got to get to trust that. And these tools can help you do that. And then you start to see it more, then you start to become aware of you more. and you see the motivation with that. And another thing that happens, maybe on more of an ethereal plane, is that you actually start to see manifestations occur in your life. You start thinking clearer. The things that you really want in your life start coming more readily. You'll still be dealing with stuff. We're going to be doing that for the rest of our lives, but there won't be these ups and downs as much. There'll be more of a flow, more of a balance with the ups and downs, which we need the downs because we can be too lazy as human beings and we need that motivation. So that's about it. There may have been more, but I just wanted to get that out because, I'm hearing so much about meditation and mindfulness. And probably in these times, too, it's probably important for people to become more introspective, but not morbidly introspective. When you get here, one of the results, and I think this is a really good result, you learn to see life as it is more so. You learn to appreciate the good. You learn to see and appreciate, in a sense, the bad and the ugly. Not that you accept it, but you can see it clearer, and you have a better perspective of how to relate to it. And I think the better way to is to make a stand, to want to be a part of a change, of a communal change that we can work together. That's the other thing that happens. A lot of the barriers of oh, it's my way or the highway, or you're either with me or against you, those things start to evaporate because we see a common thing. And this is a universal thing that we see. And it causes us to want to reach out and to give out more. We feel better, things more motivation comes to us, and even on maybe an ethereal plane, one of the things that occurs, excuse me, is acts of synchronicity, if you will, or even some might call them miracles. You start to see these things occurring in your life, which is going to motivate you more and more. For me, I believe in evidence. I need to see evidence in order to continue believing something or continue trusting something. And the evidence is going to be there. Should you focus more, I gotta see the evidence? No, but the evidence should be there. And the more you practice this, even with your problems or with your desire, because sometimes you may be going yourself, I need more. Do you stop that? No, that's a part of where you are in this moment. You just try to focus on more and try to come back to you using relaxation, trying to think positive, and all those things are important too. But they shouldn't be the emphasis. Positive thinking is going to get me there. No, genuine thinking is going to get you there more so quicker, I think. Okay, that's it. I just put out a lot more words in my very unprofessionally made videos that I'm doing on QuickTime. I hope it comes out clear. A lot of times I don't even review them just because I just want to put them out there and see what happens. I hope this has been good for everybody. I believe very strongly we need to change. We need to wake up, and do something to truly help us change ourselves and help us heal ourselves in the world. And we can. So take care. Bye-bye.